Haven in the storm. A family forged. Rain lashed the quiet suburban neighborhood, turning streets into glistening rivers and drowning out all but the occasional thunderclap. Tessa Harper, a single mother worn thin by life's demands, sat curled on her faded couch, clutching a mug of tepid tea. Her children, Lily and Noah, slept in their shared room, granting her a fleeting moment of peace. Her job as a nurse left her drained. Yet she ensured her kids had meals, clean clothes, and bedtime stories. Her bungalow, nestled at the end of a cul-de-sac, showed its age, peeling paint, cracked tiles, but Tessa kept it warm, a haven for her small family. Her hospital shifts were relentless, but she faced them with quiet strength, driven by love for Lily and Noah. As thunder rattled the windows, Tessa checked the clock. Nearly midnight. She considered bed, her early shift looming, but a restlessness held her. The storm's ferocity, the wind's eerie wail, and the flickering shadows from streetlights stirred unease. A soft knock cut through the rain. Tessa froze. Who would knock now? Curiosity trumped caution, and she tightened her robe, approaching the door. Through the frosted glass, two figures swayed in the downpour. Peering out, she saw a drenched boy and an elderly woman leaning on a cane, both exhausted. Hesitation gripped her. Strangers at midnight, with her kids asleep, were risky. But their desperate faces melted her doubts. Opening the door, cold air rushed in, carrying the scent of wet earth. "Can I help you?" Tessa asked, steadying her voice. The boy, clutching a soggy backpack, stepped forward. "Hi," he said softly. "Our car broke down miles away. We've been walking for hours. Can we stay tonight?" Tessa glanced at the woman, her breathing labored, her frailty stark. They couldn't stay out in this. "Come in," Tessa said, stepping aside. Inside, the house's warmth embraced them. She fetched towels, ushering them to the living room. The boy, Eli, introduced his grandmother, Margaret. Tessa made cocoa and sandwiches, her instincts kicking in. "Thank you," Margaret said, her trembling hands clutching the mug, gratitude in her weary eyes. "We had nowhere else to go. No phones, no open stations. You're safe," Tessa said, offering Eli sandwiches. "How old are you?" 10, he replied, eating eagerly, color returning to his cheeks. Tessa sensed a deeper story, Margaret's fragility, Eli's protectiveness, but didn't press. She set up a couch bed for Margaret and a mattress for Eli, piling on blankets. As the storm softened to a patter, Tessa watched Eli drift off, Margaret's breathing steadying. Despite the intrusion, she felt a quiet warmth. Helping strangers felt right, a spark of humanity in the chaos. Morning dawned with golden light, the air fresh. Tessa woke early, replaying the night, the knock, the drenched pair, their gratitude. As coffee brewed, she wondered about their story. Margaret was awake, sitting upright, her expression weary yet relieved. Eli slept, curled under his blanket. "I hope we didn't trouble you," Margaret said, her voice hinting at a distant past. "Not at all," Tessa said, handing her coffee. They sat in comfortable silence, unspoken questions lingering. Margaret broke it. "You must wonder about us showing up like this." "I want to help," Tessa said. "There's more than a car breakdown, isn't there?" Margaret sighed. "Yes. My son, Eli's father, died years ago. His mother left, unable to cope. I've raised Eli alone, but I have heart failure. It's manageable now, but I worry about Eli's future." Tessa's heart echoed Margaret's fears, her own struggles as a single mother resonating. Eli stirred, and Margaret's face softened. "Morning," Sweetheart, she said, ruffling his hair. Morning, Grandma, Eli mumbled, then thanked Tessa shyly. Pancakes? Tessa offered. Eli's eyes lit up. Awesome! His enthusiasm warmed her. As Tessa cooked, Eli joined Lily and Noah, their chatter breaking his shyness. They laughed like old friends, and Tessa, watching, felt her throat tighten. Her kids' connection with Eli was why she fought for their happiness. Breakfast was lively, Margaret's sadness fading as Eli thrived. Later, Eli lingered by the sink. Everything okay? Tessa asked. Yeah, he said. Thanks for the food, the bed, and letting me hang with Lily and Noah. I haven't had friends in a while. Tessa's chest tightened. You're welcome any time, Eli. That afternoon, Tessa and Margaret planned next steps. Tessa suggested social services, but Margaret resisted imposing. You've done so much, she said. Tessa waved it off. Helping is who I am. Margaret smiled. You're remarkable, Tessa. As evening fell, Tessa reflected. Welcoming Eli and Margaret had opened her heart, reminding her of her purpose as a nurse. Tucking her kids in, she saw her family had grown through this encounter. A black SUV pulled into the driveway the next morning, its sleekness jarring. Tessa frowned. No visitors expected. A firm knock followed. Opening the door, she faced two men in suits, one with a briefcase, one with a tablet. Are you Tessa Harper? The taller asked. Yes, Tessa said. Can I help you? We're here about Margaret and Eli Carter, he said. May we come in? Tessa nodded, letting them in. The men, attorneys Robert Ellis and Thomas Reed, spoke to Margaret. Your late son left an estate, properties, investments, a trust for Eli, Robert said. Margaret gasped. I had no idea. Outdated contacts delayed us, Thomas said. We found you. Eli, listening, asked, Are we okay now? Robert nodded. Your father ensured you'd be cared for. Margaret, tearful, thanked them. Tessa stepped away, her mind reeling. The inheritance meant stability for Eli and Margaret, but also change. Would they leave? The thought stung. The lawyers outlined plans. Assisted living for Margaret, a trust-funded future for Eli. We'll handle everything, Thomas said. As they left, Tessa turned to Margaret. This is incredible, she said, hiding her bittersweet feelings. Margaret nodded. I wish my son could see this. Eli hugged her, relieved. That evening, Margaret joined Tessa on the porch. This inheritance solves much, she said. But not my worry about Eli if I'm gone. Would you consider being his guardian? Tessa froze. Guardianship was a life-altering commitment. It's a big decision, she said. I need time. Take all the time you need, Margaret said. You've shown your heart. She left Tessa under the stars at a crossroads. Days later, Tessa weighed the decision. Guardianship meant stretching her limits, but Eli's trust, his bond with her kids, fueled her resolve. Sorting through Margaret's photos, she saw Eli's parents, vibrant and loving. This inheritance is my son's love, Margaret said. Tessa knew she wanted to honor it. When the lawyers returned, Tessa was ready. I'll be Eli's guardian, she said. Margaret, tearful, squeezed her hand. Thank you. That evening, Tessa gathered the kids. Eli, you're staying with us, she said. You'll be family. Eli grinned. Really? Lily and Noah cheered, hugging him. Siblings? Noah asked. I guess so, Eli laughed. Laughter filled the room, and Tessa saw family wasn't blood, it was love. The storm had forged a bond, transforming lives. Margaret settled into assisted living, thriving, while Eli adapted to Tessa's home. His room a bright sanctuary. He wrote in a journal Margaret gave him. I'm not alone. I have a family. Tessa, seeing it, smiled. Months later, the estate finalized. "You gave Eli a chance to dream," Margaret told Tessa. "I gained as much," Tessa said. As the SUV left, Eli asked, "Will they come back?" Tessa smiled. "We've got this." On the porch, Tessa reflected. A stormy night had built a family, proving kindness could change everything. Challenges awaited, but together they'd face them with love and possibility.